Hello and welcome to week 1, back on program. Them's programming me again, first time in about 2 years. I am fit enough to do a program after the surgery, so we're back to it. Very happy to be back to it, just following something and not having to kind of worry about my own program, my own training. So started off on Monday, a couple of doubles at 120 snatch. I'm 6.5 months post-surgery, so hip surgery, so it's the last half a year has been rehabbing, and now we're kind of back to a point where it's obviously rehabbing, but the focus is actually a bit more on training now. So can't complain. Block power cleans 120. So this layout of week is going to be the same for a long time, I think. I'm more than happy to just repeat the program over and over again. He gave me a 4-week program. I'm more than happy to repeat it over and over again. The one thing we're pushing hard is pulls, so 160 for sets of 5 on snatch pull. These are pushed pretty hard. I'm going to keep it at this weight for a while and just work on the speed of them. Just trying to make them move a bit faster over time. And then same with the clean pull 180. These are harder at the moment on the hip, so I can't generate as much force at the moment, but every single time I do them is significantly better. So I'm hoping it won't be too long before I can ramp these up a little bit with the speed. So just pushing the 180 for them. And then in the evening after coaching, build up to 210 front squat, moving fast again, sticking on the same weight, trying to make it move faster and faster. And then 190 for some triples, easy work. On Tuesday, we kind of do the flip side of the session, so we do block snatch or block power snatch on this day, and clean and jerk from the floor. Drop the pull out. Off the boxes. Pissed off the neighbours at this gym. So this is 130 for 2. Doing them check rob at the moment, but at some point I will make them actual doubles. And then the pulls on this day, instead of being heavy pulls from the floor, we've got slowish pull to or controlled pull to the mid thigh with a pause and then a pull after. Just working on back tightness, trying to get as strong as possible in that position. Trying not to rush it off the floor too much. And then in the evening, we did doubles on front squat, up to 200. A couple of doubles, and then again, just trying to work on, over time, gradually making them a bit faster. Thursday, fun session. Same thing with the what we just did with the pulls, but on power snatches. It's up to 80 kilos for this. It's moving pretty fast, moving pretty nice. Snappy extension. And we had max out power clean after. Max out is essentially what you can do on the day. It's not a crazy max out. But I got up to this nice 135, which is 90% of our best power clean, so pretty happy. Never really push powers too much, but it's nice to get a little bit more weight on the bar. And then 120, back off. With a bit extra. Let's push press 140. This was nice and easy. Again, 90% of push press, so the numbers are creeping up really. Up to 90% on some of the accessories, some of the variations, and the squats are well above 90% now on the front squats. Some Hatfields, tempo Hatfields at 167. And it's an interesting first week of the program because I had a competition lined up at the end of the week, which we'll get to in a minute. I ended up hitting 85% snatch and 80% clean and jerk, so it's been a very good first week. The comp itself actually was quite useful because the deload, it would have it would have been less volume than doing a normal Saturday session. So kind of like a deload in the first week, but let's think of it as like an easing in period. Back bends on Friday. On the Saturday, I just did I did my normal kind of pre-comp session, which is just light work on the 50 kilos and 70 kilos, just kind of first warm-ups. And then my usual, which is deficit split squats, but focusing a little bit more on the range and not the weight. For a surgically repaired hip flexor, pretty happy with that. Yeah, that's looking pretty mobile. And then the comp went pretty well. So 6 for 6, 125 snatch opener, pretty easy. Went to 130. Again, pretty easy to be fair. So I went to 135. Took it for a little bit of a walk. It was it just seemed a bit unstable overhead. It looks better than it felt. It felt a bit funny overhead. But this is 85% of my best ever. So to come back 6 and a bit months after surgery, I can't complain. It's 15 kilos more than I've hit since surgery. So I'd only hit 120 before this comp. So, and then clean jerk, I did keep a little bit more chill. So started on 140. Pretty easy. 145.
Up. Yes.
Again, pretty easy. And then finished on this nice 150, so that's a 285. Again, 10 kilos more than I hit since the surgery. 15 on the snatch. So it's in the right direction. 285 total. Got over 300 Sinclair again. Bit of extras. And a nice gold medal, so happy days.